was the International Refugee Organization, and was it effective at all in solving the refugee issue?
In the beginning, for the first year after the war, UNRWA, United Nations Relief and Rehabilitation Agency administration, was in charge of the displaced persons. Roosevelt had been instrumental in bringing together 80 countries to belong to UNRWA, the United Nations organization. But its task only was to repatriate all of the refugees. When it became clear that 1 million of them weren't going to accept repatriation, the Americans and the British founded a new international organization called the International Refugee Organization. And its task was to resettle the last 1 million. Now, IRO had an easy time resettling the Latvians, the Ukrainians, the Poles, all but the Jews, because the world suffered from a labor shortage when the war was over. Europe suffered from a labor shortage. And Canada, Australia, and Latin America always believed that they needed more laborers, that they were underpopulated. So they invited in for resettlement everyone but the Jews. They kept the Jews out. They didn't offer the Jews citizenship or resettlement because they believed that the Jews were too clannish, that the Jews didn't know how to do hard labor. They should have taken a look at what was going on in Palestine at the time. But they didn't. They believed, moreover, that the Jews were subversives. One of, there's those, I've learned as a historian, there's no such thing as anti-Semitism, singular. There are anti-Semitisms, plural. Every period has its own anti-Semitic images, language, codes. And in the years after World War II, nobody was going to mouth what Hitler had said. But instead, they claimed that the Jews couldn't become citizens of Canada, Australia, the United States. Why? Because they were Bolsheviks at heart. I mean, it's absurd. It's a canard, it's a myth, it's a libel. And yet, it became a dominant theme. And why? Because 200,000 of the Jews who were now in the camps had spent time in the Soviet Union. That didn't make them communists. It made them, if anything, anti-communist.